Dear friends, today I will discuss Lesson 4 of Unit 9 of Paper 1 UGC Net Syllabus 2020. Lesson 4 has the title Impacts of Pollutants on Human Health. Fine. So, and this topic, this lesson I will cover in 10 points. So, I will go point by point. So, point number 1. What is a pollutant? A pollutant is a substance or energy in the environment that adversely affects the usefulness of a resource. Next, point number 2. Source of pollutants can be from bit number 1 air pollution, bit 2 water pollution, bit 3 land pollution, bit 4 noise pollution, bit 5 radioactive pollution, etc. etc. Next, point number 3 says some of the important air pollutants are fly ash, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, etc. And for this, the source is thermal power plants. Similarly, vehicular emission is the source for carbon monoxide, unburnt hydrocarbon, particulate matter, etc. And indoor air is the source for radon, and household chullas are the source for BAP or benzo alpha pyrene. For remembrance, I would tell you one thing: radon and BAP both are indoor air pollutants. Okay. Next, one important point is that oxides of nitrogen form the secondary pollutants such as PAN and HNO3. Fine. So, okay. Next, so what are the diseases caused by this? The diseases caused are eye irritation, influenza, visibility impairment, etc. etc. Next. Similarly, we have discussed here oxides of nitrogen. Now we will go for oxides of sulfur. So, oxides of sulfur is a precursor of acid rain, corrosion effects on metals, etc. So, what are the diseases caused by it? Lung diseases. That means how it affects human health. It affects by causing the disease in lung. Fine. Next. Another thing to remember is that unburnt hydrocarbons or VOCs, okay, unburnt hydrocarbons or VOCs produce photochemical smog. Diseases are, it can cause cancer. Fine. One more important thing is that oxides of carbon gives a reason for greenhouse effect. So, greenhouse effect occurs in the troposphere. We should remember it. Another thing, the diseases caused by it is asphyxia. So, things to remember is that greenhouse gases are water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane or CH4, ozone or O3, then N2 or nitrous oxide, then SF4, CFCs, HCFCs, HFCs, etc. etc. These are nothing: chlorofluorocarbons, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, and hydrofluorocarbons, etc. Fine. And one thing we must remember, that hydrogen is not a greenhouse gas. Fine. Point number 4. Some of the water pollutants are, we can say, different metals and microorganisms. So, we will discuss one by one. Hg or mercury is a metal. It causes Minamata disease, and it is, we can say, in Japan mainly it occurs. Fine. Next metal is cadmium. It causes Itai disease. Third is nitrates in drinking water. They cause blue baby or cyanosis or methemoglobinemia. Fine. Next thing is that excess fluorides in water can cause fluorosis. And the microorganisms can cause cholera, dysentery, typhoid, jaundice, diarrhea, polio, etc. Fine. One thing to note is that before going there, I would tell you one term to remember, that is eutrophication. What is eutrophication? It is a process in which lakes lakes, water bodies, right? They receive nutrients of phosphorus and nitrogen and sediment, and thus makes the lake shallow. Fine. It slowly kills the recreation of the lake. Fine. So we can say that eutrophication can kill a lake. Next important points are primary source of organic pollution can come from domestic sewage. Another important thing is to remember is that decreasing order of water pollutants or decreasing order of water pollution in the rivers of India, actually it can be written as untreated sewage is more than agricultural runoff is more than the unregulated small scale industries. That means most water pollution occurs in untreated sewage, then it occurs in agricultural runoff, and the least occurs in unregulated small scale industries. Fine. Next we will go to point number 5. Some of the noise pollutants are industrial, commercial and residential. Just we have categorized them. So what is the noise? Noise is an unpleasant sound, nothing else. So noise levels can be we can tabulate like this. For industrial it is 75 in day and 70 at night. For commercial it is 65 at day and 55 at night, and for residential areas it is 55 at day, 45 at night. The unit is dB, decibel, right? Next, effects. What are the effects? It interferes with man's communication. It affects digestive system. It can cause hearing damage, insomnia, psychological, physiological order. Actually, this should be disorder. It can cause physiological disorder. Just a minute. Yes, this is physiological disorder. Next, point number 6. One most important question is, what is acid rain? Acid rain is caused due to sulfur dioxide plus water droplets or H2O. It converts into H2SO4 or sulfuric acid, and similarly NO2 plus H2O results into HNO3. Fine. pH of normal rainwater is actually 5.0 to 5.5, and for acid rain it is 4, that is less than 5.0. Fine. Point number 7. How can we measure atmospheric ozone? O3 is for ozone. How can we measure atmospheric ozone? Example is Dobson spectrometer, and the unit is Dobson units. Fine. Next, point number 8. What are types of pollutants? We can categorize into primary pollutant and secondary pollutant. Primary pollutant is that we can say it directly comes from the source. Examples are hydrocarbons, carbon monoxide, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, particulate matter or PM, etc. And secondary pollutants, examples are tropospheric ozone, that is peroxyacetyl nitrate, etc. And the important thing to remember is that stratospheric ozone is not a pollutant. Though tropospheric ozone is a pollutant, but stratospheric ozone is not a pollutant. Point number 9. Some other pollutants are liquid droplets, SPM and photochemical oxidants. So we can write it here like liquid droplets types are H2SO4, HNO3, DDT, malathion, etc. Sources are agriculture, pesticides, fumigation, oil refineries, etc. Effects are damage to various life forms including human. Then second one is SPM or suspended particulate matter, solid particles. Type is dust, soil, sulfate salts, soot, silica, etc. Sources are fuel, combustion, forest fires, refuse incineration, etc. Effects are chronic effects on respiratory system, lung damage, etc. Then third one is photochemical oxidants. Type is O3 or ozone, and PANs, PANs, etc. Types are. Then sources are photochemical reactions in the atmosphere. What are the effects? Irritation to eyes, nose and throat, and can cause respiratory problems, etc. Point number 10. Highest carbon dioxide producers in the world as per Global Project 2018 can be in the order like this. That means first one is China, second one is USA, third one is India, fourth one is Russia, and fifth one is Japan. So friends, this way lesson 4 is completed with all the 10 points, and these are the main 10 points which you must cover. Okay, after that you can read so many things, so many questions will come. Okay, in some videos also I will cover some questions regarding this lesson in future. Fine. So please go through my video, and please compliment or comment in the comment section, and please subscribe my channel with pressing the bell icon. Thank you so much.